Hi everyone, Jo here. Welcome to today's card creation. Today I'm going to be playing with the WOW changes, but just to let you know, they've recently announced that they are now going to be selling these pots individually. So you can get your hands on your most favorite jar or pot of the changes. We all have our favorites. I hate saying what favorites I've got, but today I am playing with one of them. So I'm going to be playing with the sheen. The reason why I like this sheen in today's creation is I wanted to play with the WOW Sparkles and the WOW Ultra High, and I'm using the sheen more like a bonding shimmer agent. So I've got one of the blank pots here. I'm using the Sparkles in Seahorse because it's got like a tealy kind of color with some holographic and gold kind of elements and teal elements. It's just so beautiful. So I've got a scoop of sheen, a scoop of the sparkles there, and then I'm going to add some gold ultra high. Now I wanted to add an extra bit of teal depth, so I got the Catherine Pooler Curacao. I'm sorry if I spelt that wrong, didn't mean to say it wrong, sorry, so excuse my language and my pronunciation. Now then I'm also going to add some ultra high, which is really thick granules of the metallic rich gold, and I'm going to add some extra ultra high as well with the opaque bright white. So I'm going to make like a little cocktail mix of embossing powders and glitters here, and I absolutely love how this turned out. So I've made a panel. Now look, slimline cards are all the rage at the moment, and all I did with mine is, it's not an exactly true to form slimline card, is I just took my already pre-scored and cut 5x7 card panel or card base, and I just trimmed it down. So I'm going to show you here the measurements a little bit later on. So here I am mixing all my creations and my cocktail and embossing powders together, and I'm really happy that this actual pot and all those mixtures covered a whole panel. Now to do this panel, all I did was heavily ink a strip here, which I do cut down to size, and the reason why I chose a 5x7 whole panel is so I can trim it down, which I end up doing off screen. So here I am, and I just coat this up with all the powders. Now I didn't want any flyaways, so I heat from behind, and I have my heat tool, my WOW heat embossing tool, which is amazing, on speed 2, which is also speed and heat 2. And then once most of it's melted, I then go over the front to make sure I caught all the actual heat embossing part of it all, and I didn't miss anything. So here's my panel. Isn't it amazing? I absolutely love it. So I know I get so excited. It's so magical every time I heat emboss, and I forget how magical it is until I do it, and I just love doing it. Right, so I'm going to stamp with my ultra slow drying ink, which is what I used before and I pressed on my panel. These happy butterflies from Catherine Pooler. Now these also come with coordinating dies, so because of that I was able to heat emboss it. I'm going to heat emboss in metallic rich gold, and once I've heat embossed that, I'm going to die cut with the actual coordinating dies. So easy peasy. That was me just pulling away a little bit of cat hair. Obviously I've got two little kitties that run amok in my house, and usually they're pretty good in clearing away from my craft space, but I saw it a little bit of cat hair, and I thought I'd better take that stray away because it will interrupt the flow of and print of my embossing. I'm using a really handy dandy tool there where I use my sleeve to make sure I apply the pressure on my MISTI. Some people use rollers, some people just use their hands as pressure. It's winter here in Australia, so I'm wearing long sleeves in my videos. All right. Here I am heat embossing. Now I did brush a little bit of the flyaways with the brush off screen, and then I'm just going to heat this. I have got this in double speed. You can still see the magic of embossing powder work its way on the screen, and here are the coordinating dies. Now with the coordinating dies, I did secure them down with some washi tape. So here's that 5x7 side folding card panel. I hadn't yet trimmed it down because what I wanted to do is I have placed some foam mount tape behind my trim down panel here, And really, this panel is only trimmed down about 1/8 width all around. And I'm going to then grab my tonic trimmer, and I'm just placing it around here. I'm fiddling around with how I'm going to place this down on my card. And then I do leave this on the screen where you see me bring my trimmer into play, except I didn't realize I was not in full view. And plus you can see my reflection there. Don't look too hard. I'm actually listening to some music on my earphones, if you can see that. Sometimes I like to listen to some music or some podcasts as I'm crafting away. Now, the sentiment I'm going to heat emboss also from Catherine Pooler called Magnetic Messages. I love it. It's like this bold set of sentiments, and then you just see the actual font that's not the heat emboss or not stamped. Usually it's the other way around. You stamp the actual sentiments itself. So I love this alternative of having a sentiment stash like this in my collection. So, and I'm sorry you can hear that whippersnippering in the background. I thought I was getting the most quietest part of the day, but obviously my neighbours decided it was the best time to whippersnip, which, you know, I can't predict these times, and I've got no one in the house at the moment, so this is the perfect time for me, but the neighbours don't think so too. So I do apologise if you can hear that background noise. I don't mean for you to have a little bit of whippersnipping musical background here. Alright, so I've just added some foam tape and adhered that down at the bottom of my card. I will adhere foam tape to all of the butterflies as well for an added bit of dimension. And that's really it. It's a super simple card. However, with all the embossing, it just looks so impactful. I love it. So it's just another way for you to create your own customized embossing powder. So I made mine into a little bit of glitteriness, a little bit of sheen, a little bit of ultra high for texture, and I love it. I hope you get to play with your little changes collection as well. Let me know and tag Wow Embossing Powder. Tag me, Jo Herbert. I'd love to see your card creations as well. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I can't wait to read your comments. See you later.